Good morning, YouTube. It's your boy King Cobra back at it with another video. I gotta make a video trying those nachos yet, but I let them cool off too long, so it is what it is. I might snack on those for breakfast because I've had those nachos before. They're delicious. Yeah, you want to see me get blasted on YouTube? I have the tools necessary for it, but you're gonna have to donate like $300 to my PayPal if you want to see me get on YouTube. And it is my birthday month, so I mean, why not? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Ah, fucking Fletchmans. Ugh. Ooh. But good morning, YouTube. I figured I'd go live for a bit and just hang out with my fans, watch videos, that kind of thing. Mm. Watching City Standing Brews at the moment. There's a lot of mead making channels that I watch on YouTube. It's always good to get a fresh perspective on things. It's the weekend. It's officially March. Hope you all having a fantastic March weekend. Like I said, it's my birthday month. I'll be turning 33 on the 26th. You ever see Windy City Heat, Joshy? Not sure what that is. Well, thank you for the birthday wishes. I'm not turning 33 until the 26th of this month. Hope you're all having a fantastic weekend. Can't say I'm complaining. What the hell is purple a color? Can't say I have tried it. Nope. New music, I'm currently working on that. Morning from Ottawa, Canada. That's what's up. Do I play any video games? Yes, I got a PlayStation 3 and I play Grand Theft Auto 5 mainly. Tactical soap will definitely increase your chances with the ladies. The coupon code's working again. I don't know what happened with it. I think one of my trolls was fucking with Scott Carr's website to try to get a reaction from me, and when it didn't work, the code just magically started working again. Huh. I got a truly watermelon cucumber, and it's fucking delicious. I got a couple of cans left, and I'm gonna start my new meat recipe today or tomorrow. It don't matter. I'm like, it's the weekend. Let's go live on the channel. We got like 285 views and 24 likes. That's what's up. Next week, I should be getting some more wand wood and making some more wands for Etsy. I would have got more wand wood, day before yesterday, but my dad didn't have time to take me to the store. Just enough time to go to the P.O Box, and that's just fine. I appreciate everything that my dad and mom do for me. You have no idea. But I hope you're all having a fucking banging weekend so far, man. I figured I'd go live and hang out with my fans, turn on the comments, so y'all can chit chat with me. One of my fans was having a rough day yesterday, and you could tell they were in a mood. They gave me, like, they were like, well, how do I end my dry spell? And I says, dude, if you want to increase your chances of getting laid, I'd check out tactical soap if I was you. And they got pissed at me for it. And I'm like, okay, I wasn't trying to treat you a certain way. You asked for my advice, and I gave it. Like, even Jessica says I smell good. So it's like, oh, well, look at that. What more incentive do I need? Every chick I walk by says I smell good. So it's like, well, you know what I'm saying? All the links to help out Cobra and his channel should be in the description box below this video. If you saw my last couple of videos, I made some sardine nachos, and I already know they're going to be good because I've had the recipe before. And you see beautiful layering on the nachos with those. I appreciate all the memberships here. I can see it in the chat. That's what's up. Happy birthday. Well, thank you, Tiffany. I appreciate it. I'll be turning 33 this month. You like canned or bottled tomatoes? Tomato. That's what's up. Yeah. People are like, "Good morning, Cobra." And I'm like, "It is. It is a good morning. It's the weekend. It's about 7:45 a.m. my time right now. Almost 8 o'clock. I fell asleep in my chair. I was gonna go on Courtney's stream last night, but either she didn't stream or I forgot to fucking. Courtney's been busy with work, so naturally, she hasn't had time to stream. But I'm sure she wants to and wants me on there. I'm glad to be on her stream. Good morning to you too, you cool cobras. Appreciate you tuning into the stream. I gotta make a video of me trying them nachos that I made. Them sardine spicy nachos. I've tried them before. They're good. I recreated the recipe that I made the other day, and I'll be snacking on those for a couple of days. That's what's up. People seem to like the weird, morbidly disgusting food combinations that I make, so there you go. Uh, excuse me. Hmm. But no, I'm not complaining. It's a good day. It's gonna be a good day. I had literally the same fan who was asking me, how do you end your dry spell?" I was like, you just gotta put the energy out there, that you'll find a woman hot enough for you and everything, and you just gotta. He's like, "Well, how'd you find Jessica?" And I'm like, "To be honest, I don't know how it happened. It just happened. The universe has a funny way of working things out. And I will be seeing Jessica for my birthday, so you trolls can suck it. Provided Jessica doesn't beat you to it." Jessica's always calling herself ugly, and I'm like, bullshit. If Jessica was ugly, I wouldn't fuck her. So there's that. Mm. Jessica's got a nice pair of big old titties on her. I tell you what, but her sassy mouth is more attractive, in my opinion. Her big titties are a bonus. Huh. Oof. I'm gonna have to get me some condoms when she comes over this month. Last month I didn't use any condoms last time she came over, and thank God I'm not expecting or she's expecting. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Jessica's not pregnant, so fuck off. She doesn't have anything that's contagious, so double fuck off. Best part about dating Jessica, apart from having her, is knowing how much it pisses off my YouTube trolls. It's fucking hilarious, dude. They sit there and they text me the dumbest shit about Jessica, and it's just like, wow, self projection is a real thing. And it's like, dude, if my YouTube trolls stop sucking my cock for 5 goddamn minutes, sucking my ass crack for 5 minutes. If you're gonna talk shit about me and be a member on my channel, I'm just gonna block you. You don't get to be a member of my channel and then talk shit. Bye-bye. And that's just it. There are people who will be a member of my channel just to talk shit. I'm like, that's not how trolling works, bud. You think, oh, just because fucking Cobra doesn't, whatever, you know. Yeah, I don't have herpes, bud. Gonna have to ban you from the channel. But thanks for your $2 donate to talk shit. Appreciate it. Jessica has this thing where she does break out in cold sores due to extreme stress. And I Googled it. It is a thing. Mm. Thanks, Clay, for your membership. Thanks, Nicole. I'll be making more wands as soon as I can. We're going to be getting super advanced with the wands. I'll be adding resin to my wands. Either the blade of the wand or the handle will be made out of stained wood, whatever, or like, resin. I gotta sneeze. And it's stuck in my nose. Oh, I hate that. Ah. You ever get a sneeze and then it gets stuck in your nose? It's the weirdest feeling, dude. Like getting a Charlie horse on your foot. One of my fans graced me with a huge ass bottle of vodka. And yeah, they wrote all over it with Sharpie, and I pretty much wiped it off for the most part. I'm like, dude, I'll drink this if I fucking want to. And I'm like, it's the weekend. I ain't got shit else to do except work on my music and, you know. My next album is called Life Ain't Fair. The album cover is a beautiful gothic looking cemetery, and it's gonna be on vinyl too, on record. Like, that'll be cool. Vintage, man. How much do you usually charge for a wand? That's a good question. Thank you, Swamp Lord Air, for your $2. That depends on what I'm using to make the wand. And, like I can use quartz crystals in my wands. And crystal wands are a pain in the ass to make because there's a lot of things you got to do to make them. It just depends on like my standard, just basic stained lathe wands cost like $48 because it takes me an hour to carve them out, and then it takes me a couple days to stain them and make them shiny and let them dry. So the $48 is just base price for carving them out. You're paying for the work that goes into them. But thank you for your question. And I do enjoy making wands as much as I enjoy making my own homemade wine. My next homemade wine is going to be a mango peach habanero. And Jessica wants to try my mead, so I'm like, I'm going to make a batch so that by the time she gets here, it's definitely ready. And she likes habanero peppers. So I'm like, all right, I could do a capsaicin type mead. Oh, I gotta, I don't even gotta remove the stems. Just throw the peppers in there. I don't gotta cut them in half or anything. Just throw it in there. Potions class is in session. Mm. Oh, ooh, that potato juice got a bite to it. Holy shit, that burns. Ah, that's better. Chase that vodka with some Truly. You know what I'm saying? Oh, thank you for your 2 pounds, Stuart. Do I ship wands to England? Of course, Cobra Craft wands ships internationally to any country, anywhere, any place. You got the money, I got the wand. And there's a reason why people want to buy a Cobra Craft handmade wand because I'm the real deal. I fuck with the Ouija boards and haunted cemeteries, and I don't give a shit what follows me home or anything like that, you know. I'm very in tuned with the spirits and the demons that I fuck with. So yeah, people are gonna want a wand from, you know, that one gothic guy on YouTube. We want to support your alcoholism. Aw, aren't you just the sweetest? Well, $300 in PayPal might do it. Again, I'm not gonna get blackout wasted unless you donate, and even then, I'm not gonna get blackout wasted because I don't like who I am when I'm blackout. So I'm gonna be ignoring the phone while I stream on the YouTube. And I love how pet friendly these apartments are. Excuse me. All my neighbors got dogs, cats, whatever. My buddy Bob's got a cat that he adopted from the animal shelter, and that cat is super chill, dude. And immediately knows who I am now. Like if I go over to my buddy Bob's, you know what I'm saying? The cat's like, "Hi, Josh." You can hear it in the meow, and it's like so fucking adorable. If I don't get puffed back, I might adopt a cat from the shelter. You know, be like, "Hey, you got an all black cat with green eyes that I can name Salem." Be like, "Blah." You know, when I was a kid, a male cat followed my mom home from her work, and he was all black with green eyes, and I named him Salem. I'm like, "That's a male cat." I knew it was before and then when the vet did a check, they're like, "Yep, that's a male cat." Getting animals high on immoral, what the fuck is even that? For a couple of fireballs, thank you for your $2 and your $2. Kick some dope rhymes, Cobes. Oh yeah, there's definitely gonna be that on the new album. My new album is called Life Ain't Fair, and it's gonna be on vinyl record through Deathbed Tapes. And I got a song called "It's a Great Day to Die," I think is what it's called, or some shit like that. You know, it's just a really good song about you at that moment in your life where it's your last stand, and you're like, "Fuck suicide, fuck murder," kind of thing. You know, I mean, I could maybe I'll give you a sneak peek at that new song. Raven, thank you for your $2. Nice ones. My wizard name is ha 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 ha. You're funny. You are funny. I see what you did there. Oh yeah, I got some smart asses in the chat. Ha 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 ha. You're hilarious. You swallow your mom's cunt? Well, that's disgusting. Thanks for your donation. uh, Fucking long live Aussie motherfuckers. My ex-girlfriend Summer tattooed these Aussie knuckles and they faded because knuckles are hard to tattoo. And when they faded and we broke up, I pretty much went to my favorite tattoo parlor here in town, which is Black Sunday, and they retouched them. So if you're gonna get a tattoo here in town, I would highly recommend the Black Sunday Tattoo Parlor. They did my Cobra, they did my Cradle of Filth logo, and they retouched my Aussie knuckles. I'm very happy with the 4 tattoos that I have on my body. I got my Cobra Gram at the McGough Tattoo Parlor in Valley City, North Dakota. It was my first tattoo. And then, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm very happy with my tattoos. Do I want to get more tattoos? Absolutely. I want to get a dark mark from the Harry Potter series, like either on this arm underneath or this arm underneath. But the snake that comes out would be like a hooded monocled cobra, or like you from the view of it would be the back, and then like you get the O would be like dark green against a black hood kind of thing. But yeah, I got ideas for tattoos. Why is it every time I go live, people just immediately want to blow up my phone? And I'm like, dude, I appreciate the support, but it's like I'm trying to do my live videos. You know, you can have sawed-off shotguns in Wyoming, but you gotta pay a $200 tax stamp. And I thought about doing that to mine, but you know what I'm saying. Making like the barrels 19 inches and then like cutting the stock off so that way it's legal limits with that, and then like that way I can still attach my sling to it. The only reason I don't do it is because I don't have the money, and I like having the ability to pick off a motherfucker at 50 yards with a deer slug. What if I made my bag company fucking legal limit? That'd be sexy as shit. I'm not gonna lie. I'm like, if I want to cut down shotgun, I'd rather get a Mossberg Shockwave, to be honest. Wu Tang Name Generation says, your name is fuck pedophiles. You can get banned. Hey Josh, hope you like the model of you. Oh, I do. I saw that YouTube video where you made a clay version of me, and I'm like, it's pretty accurate to a point. So, yes, I do appreciate that. Hey Cobes, Fangirl Decay here. How are ya? Thank you for your $1.99. I'm doing pretty good. Cannot complain. Mm. I got a delicious plate of sardine nachos that I'm gonna snack on for the next couple of days. The cheese might have hardened a bit, and the nachos might not be like as you pull the chips up and like the string pull. It's all good, you know. It doesn't matter because I got the food hack out to the people, you know. But yeah, you can legally have sawed-off shotguns, but you gotta have a $200 tax stamp, and you gotta wait for that to be approved. And then you'll take it to a professional gun shop to cut it down and put the weld in the middle of the barrel and like put the bead back on and all that good shit. And there's only one gun shop I trust here in town, and I'm not going to give their name out on YouTube because I don't want them to get harassed. So if I wanted a Mad Max sawed-off shotgun, I could totally take it to, Uh, but I think 18 and a half inches on the barrels would be enough. And like modify the stock to where it's the pistol, and then like a tiny chunk of that right there is the stock beyond it. It'd be fun to do to my shotgun, but I don't got the money for it, so I'm not worried about it. And I like having stock length because you gotta pick somebody off at 50 yards. You know what I'm saying? No, I love double barrel shotguns. Side by side, that's my jam. I love side by side coach guns. It's my favorite gun. When I was a kid and I watched the movie Tombstone, I was like, I want a double barrel shotgun. And then when I moved out of my parents' house and got on my own, I purchased one. I sure did for $420. And I love my double barrel shotgun. That thing is cherry, dude. I literally paid 800 some odd dollars to get it fixed. And it was worth every penny. Mm. A beautiful mess. Thank you for your $5. Congratulations on the new relationship. Yeah, dude, that's what I'm saying. Waiting patiently pays off. You know, if me meeting Jessica and having a new relationship out of it gives anyone else hope who are also going through a dry spell, I'm like, there you go. You just gotta give it time. The song Rats made round and round. Well, love will find a way, just give it time. It- I'm sorry, Salazar. Yeah, there you go. That's my boy. You could stay right there, you little fuck. I got this right here. This is a stuffed cobra that someone sent me, and it's black and green, and it's a monocled cobra, which I absolutely love. It sits here on my chair just like that. Yeah, there you go. Then I got Garfield right here, which is pretty much the same stuffed snake, but it's a different color and it's smaller. And then someone sent me a bearded dragon that looks like Puff. It says Puff on the collar. I fucking miss Puff, dude. If I don't get that lizard back, I'm gonna be fucking severely depressed. And there's nothing anyone can do about it, you know. It's just how it is. With the weather getting warmer, I'm hoping he'll come out of hibernation and he'll just, you know, be like, hey, Josh, put me back in the tank, you asshole. You know. But if Puff doesn't come back, it's going to take me at least a year minimum to get over it. It would be nice to be able to find Puff so I can get some closure on the issue. But potato juice, that's what I call vodka. It's potato juice. People are like, oh, you're not a real blah, 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 blah. They're like, they said that the level down to here is supposed to be like, you know, finishing it. I'm like, I'll finish it when I finish it. I'm like, how is that trolling Cobra? You gave me free alcohol. That's not. You're stupid. I wouldn't give my trolls free alcohol and be like, I challenge you. I'm like, fuck that. I'm not gonna waste my money on that shit. Oh fuck! I got the hiccups. Mm. I got a little bit of Truly to chase it. Excuse me. There we go. I got a sneeze. It's got a little bit of chew in it. It's my other open chew can in my jacket. Like, I don't mind people FaceTiming me or like calling me, but it's like every time I go live, people gotta blow up my phone. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to fucking do my thing. No. 1 second. One of my fans gave me a Rolling Stones bomber jacket. And I fucking love this jacket. Hmm. Oh, wait. The fuller can that I opened is right here. Ha ha ha. Never mind. That's alright. I'm a sucker for my British musicians. The Beatles, Rolling Stones, Cradle of Filth, Ozzy Osbourne, Black Sabbath, you know. You know what's up. Real music. Nah, Dio's alright in my book. I like the power metal sound that Dio provides, but I'm more of a fan of Ozzy Osbourne, to be honest. And the thing of it is, it's like, you know what, if that's what Dio gets for talking shit about Ozzy Osbourne. He fucking died. He did, you know. It's like, oh wow, you want to sit there and run your fucking mouth and talk shit about Ozzy Osbourne? Well, you can die first. How about that? That's how I feel about that. No, I absolutely adore Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne. They're just awesome, you know. They're my favorite Hollywood couple, and like nothing but the best, you know. Blessings for them and their family. And I fucking hate sickos more than I love Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne, so fuck yourself. Oh, it's got a bite to it. Oh, fucking tastes like rubbing alcohol. Ugh. Nothing against anyone, but we're gonna turn the phone off. You. There we go. Because you're constantly hearing it in the background blowing up. And it's like, dude, I'm trying to make a fucking live video and hang out with my fans. So, like, one of my fans sent me a bunch of free alcohol, and it came with like a bunch of cans, and these are like the last two cans I have left, apart from that big ass bottle of vodka. And you got the watermelon cucumber and the mango chili. And I personally believe there's no such thing as girly drinks. Just because women drink certain drinks doesn't mean shit. It just means they're popular with women, and that's it. It doesn't make them girly drinks. Like, drinks cannot consent to their own gender, so stop being a bigot about it. Thank you for the memberships. I appreciate it. Dawn and Tucker, thank you. Alexa, thank you for your $2 donation. Shout out to your cat, Rambo. That's what's up. I appreciate it. I really do. Mm. People are always saying, you know, the stuff that they say, and uh, I'm nothing like Ozzy Osbourne, to be honest. I'm just a pale imitation, another copycat, you know. And I try not to copy him too much because I can tell he gets annoyed by it. Like, I wish people would get their own style and fucking just, you know what I'm saying? So, to a point, it's like I get it because there are assholes on YouTube who steal my videos because they're too fucking lazy. And that's the thing of it. You know what separates me copying Ozzy Osbourne versus my YouTube channels that are copycat channels? Okay, when I copy Ozzy Osbourne, it's done out of flattery, like that's my idol, that's my god, versus these assholes on YouTube who are too fucking lazy to do their own thing. These assholes who were too fucking lazy to do their own thing. Like, if people were, like, watching me do my thing on YouTube and I literally copied Crazy Train riff per riff, you know what I'm saying? And try to claim it as my own, people would be like, "You're full of shit, Cobra." And that's the difference, you don't see me stealing Ozzy Osbourne's music and trying to make it my own. That's the thing of it. Versus my YouTube trolls who create these copycat channels, and it's like, you know what? At this point, I'm like, you know what? If people are wanting to copy me on YouTube, I'm doing something right? So, like, I don't even get mad at my copycat channels anymore. If they're fucking assholes, they'll get what's coming to them. If they're a legit fan, okay, cool. I can take the piss out of myself. Now that we got the hat off and we're showing off these luscious locks, Cobra thinks he looks like Ozzy Osbourne. Please, he looks like Trevor Phillips and Bubbles and from Trailer Park Boys. And Ozzy Osbourne had a butt baby that pooped out a fetal alcohol syndrome fucking retard. And like, that's not nice to say about yourself, Josh. And I'm like, I don't care. My trolls think they can take the piss out of me, and I'm like, I take the piss out of myself all the time, to be honest. Those copycat channels can go to heck. Go to hell and get raped by Satan. I fully agree, Aaron. Thank you for your $2. I mean, is it annoying when you've spent like the last 10 plus years working your ass off to get where I'm at today on YouTube, just to have some asshole copycat you on YouTube? I mean, like, yeah, I do copy certain aspects of certain YouTubers to a point, but when it's done out of flattery. Like, I dig what you're doing, I see it's successful, and I want to do it. Okay, so I get that to a point. But like when you're copycatting my channel just to make fun of me, I'm like, that's bullshit, dude. That's bullshit. I want to thank Jessica for sending me these tobacco pipes. They have definitely been broken in. They got that rustic finish that makes them look like snake scales. Yeah. Like Jessica didn't have to give me these tobacco pipes, but she got them at a thrift store, which I don't mind. It means that these pipes have history. They're estate pipes, which means someone else has smoked on them and contemplated their own problems. I love antiques and estate pipes. Your famous YA lisp make me feel better about mine. Well, if I don't really have a lisp, but if I make you feel better about your issues, then I'm glad. Thank you for your $2. Domo, appreciate it. London, thank you for your 4.99. Sending good vibes your way. Can I get a shout out, my goth homie? Yeah, shout out to your goth homie Jay. That's what's up. I don't understand the obsession with King Cobra JFS. I just do what I do on YouTube, and I think it's because I'm genuine. I'm not afraid to be myself and just do my thing, and I think that's what appeals to people. I'm not some like cookie cutter bullshit YouTuber who fucking edits their videos. And I'm like, this is what you get. If you don't like it, Copenhagen snus, moist snus, satisfaction since 1822. Oh, look at that. Tobacco products. Outlaw! What's cracking, mother truckers? Oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. Look at that fucking delicious tobacco right there. I tell you what. I'm a tobacco connoisseur, so this right here is right up my alley. Hold up. Pack me a dip real quick. Oh, god damn it. That's the one. I'll catch you a nicotine buzz like no other. I tell you what. Yeah, buddy. There you go. Pack that chaw in there, you son bitch. Oh, that's the one. Uh-huh. Now, Jesse Ryan Outlaw sent me this mud jug. It sent me and Homeboy Scotty one, and I still have it. I want to hold on to this mud jug for the rest of my goddamn natural life. I'll tell you what. For a while, there was some asshole impersonating Jesse Ryan. And I'm like, and once I realized it was fake, I was like, delete, block, ignore. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff. Okay, you know what? Straight up. Outlaw when you had tobacco and nicotine in your dip. Oh my god, was it good. Lucky Lipper was my favorite. I haven't tried all the other ones, but it was Lucky Lipper long cut with natural nicotine and tobacco. Oh my god, was it good. And that's the problem because people like Copenhagen and Skull are like, hey, you can't be making no tobacco that's better than our dip, you some bitch. And that's why they had a problem with it because Outlaw made a better dip. It's what it is. I'm like, y'all gonna bully the fucking competition because you can't handle a little competition? Wah. Copenhagen and Skull and all these other dip companies can suck Outlaw's dick. He said, well, dip in Copenhagen, but no, I'm serious. Lucky Lipper, oh my god, dude, tastes like Mountain Dew. Fucking, dude. If Outlaw can get to a point where he can sell his product with tobacco and nicotine and make it long cut, oh, I'm here for it, YouTube. I'm here for it. Mm. Because I have actually bought a couple of cans of Lucky Lipper long cut nicotine tobacco infused. And then a bunch of motherfuckers were like, oh, well, Outlaw, we can't have that. You know, all these assholes who are giving him shit. I'm like, they're giving you shit because you make a better dip, and it's pissing people off. It is what it is. Oh, now am I still gonna chew Copenhagen? Yeah, because Copenhagen wintergreen. Dude, get that black, green, and gold can going. Oh yeah, I'm catching a buzz right now. Holy shit! I'm a tobacco connoisseur. I don't care if it's dip, smoking, pipe, or hookah. I love tobacco, dude. I love tobacco. Ah, that's the stuff. That's the stuff. That'll get you going. Oh, we got some donos here. Let's take a look. You're famous with a lisp. I already covered that one. Sending good vibes your way. Can you get a shout out to? Yes, I already covered that. That's what's up. Who? Like my daddy used to chew Copenhagen straight, long cut. Show did. My dad used to chew Copenhagen. You know, like members of my family were addicted to tobacco, but they quit. Like my grandparents used to smoke cigarettes, and my daddy used to chew Copenhagen, but they all quit doing it. And I'm like, that's just fine. It means people I love get to live a longer life. Oh god damn it. Mm. Couple shots of alcohol and a dip of Copenhagen. That'll fucking light your world, son. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I understand why Copenhagen was going after outlaws. You've been like the big shoe company since 1822. I get that, but like, you know what? It's a fair competition. The way I see it, I'm like, if you weren't afraid of a little bit of competition, you wouldn't give a shit. You'd be like, you know what? Fucking newcomer. I shit you not, dude. I shit you not. Outlaws, Lucky Lipper, long cut with tobacco and nicotine. Oh my god, dude. Best fucking dip I've ever had in my life. Like, oh, you don't even fucking know. Like, whatever they did. And they don't sell it anymore because they can't, because, Copenhagen and Skull and all these other chew companies are like, oh, if you sell that, we're gonna shut you down. It's like y'all are a bunch of pussies, dude. Piss me off. I'm over here like, you know what? Outlaw fucking makes the best goddamn dip. And y'all are just a bunch of assholes because you can't handle the competition. It's what it is. So when Outlaw first started out on his dip journey, making his own dip, making his own chewing tobacco, I tell you what, ugh, Lucky Lipper, long cut, nicotine, tobacco laced. Oh, dude, best goddamn dip you ever tasted. It kicked Copenhagen in the dick, and it was like, hey, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of rednecks love to fucking drink Mountain Dew, so it's like, hey, why not put that in a dip flavor? You know what I'm saying? That's the one. And it's like, I'll continue to support Outlaw, but if his product is nicotine and tobacco free, I'm like, I'll consider it if I want to quit. But like outside of that, nah, man. And the only reason he did it is because Big Tobacco was bullying him. You know, they're like, we can't handle the fact you make a tastier dip than what we've been offering. So, you know what I'm saying? Like Skull Peach. Oh my God, dude. Skull Peach is the shit. Skull Cherry, Skull Peach. Oh, fuck yeah. I'll get like 2 cans, Skull Peach, Skull Cherry, and I'll mix them together. Like I'll put a little bit of each into each can and like pack it. You know what I'm saying? And I'll have like a cherry peach dip, and I'm like, yeah, that's the one. Like these fucking assholes at the tobacco companies was so worried that Outlaw is gonna take all the customers away, and that's why they sued his ass. They were like, "Hey, well, you son of a dick, you can't make tastier chew than what we made." Blah blah blah, and I'm like, "Suck my fucking dick." But when my fans send me some Copenhagen, just like my daddy used to chew, I'm like, I'm here for it, dude. I'm fucking here for it. That's good nicotine buzz right there. I tell you what, King Cobra turned into a spitting cobra. Like, yeah, my daddy used to chew Copenhagen straight. Shit, you not. And then he quit chewing a couple of years back. And he saw me fucking chewing, fucking. He's like, "Oh, I'm glad I quit chewing because that looks so disgusting." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's the best part about chewing. It's how disgusting it is." Son of a bitch. Please give my friend Holly a funny shout out. A shout out to Holly. Hope you're doing good. I don't got anything funny except my usual stand up jokes. Like, did you hear about the horse who became a key maker? He called his business Horse Locks and Keys. There you go. That's a Josh joke. Jamor, thank you for your $1.99. He says, I hate sickos. Shout out to homie Benny and Hail Ozzy. Thank you for your support. Long live Ozzy, motherfuckers. Like chewing tobacco was convenient if you don't want to go out for a cigarette and you just want some nicotine. You want to get that nicotine buzz. You want to get that fix in your system, you know. You want to take the can, place it between your middle finger and your thumb, and then you want to leave your pointer nice and fucking limp. And then when you shake it to pack it, you know what I'm saying? That's the sound. That's the sound of a good dip being packed. And you know what pisses me off? Sincerely. Like Copenhagen started off as the little guy, you know, and they grew into this massive empire of people who were loyal to their chewing tobacco. And I'm like, that's how it is for Outlaw, dude. He started off as the little guy, just like they did. And then they want to crap on him because he makes a better chew. And no offense to Copenhagen, but Outlaw makes a better chew. Outlaw makes a better dip. Outlaw! What's cracking, mother trucker? You know what I'm saying? An outlaw quit nicotine for a hot minute for like a whole goddamn year. Then he came back and he's like, okay, so I've been off this shit for a year. So I'm gonna fucking do a dip for you all. And I'm like, oh, yeah, get it. And like, Outlaw makes a better dip. You know, I haven't tried the Nick Safe, nicotine safe dips. I haven't tried any of it. You know, if it dips like real tobacco, then there you go. You know, but if like I'm dipping something in my lip, if I'm packing a fucking chaw on my lip, I'd rather fucking have uh, real tobacco and real nicotine. And that's no offense to anyone. Y'all saw Jessica kiss my lips with a fucking fat dip of coke in my mouth. And that just makes my trolls even madder because they're in their eyes, I'm just some gross asshole who doesn't deserve any happiness. But I'm over here like, well, I'm getting it, so mhm. Hope y'all are having a beautiful Sunday, Saturday, whatever. Hope y'all are having a beautiful weekend. Mm, a Copenhagen buzz. Hmm. That's a good buzz right there. I do have fond memories of my dad chewing Copenhagen and spitting into a Coca-Cola can. And then me loving Coca-Cola soda pop, I wanted to take a drink, and my dad was like, "Don't take a drink out of that." You know what I'm saying? And then when I was a kid, I drank out of it and immediately gagged because, you know, fucking yeah. You should apologize to Dio for your statement. I'm not gonna apologize for shit. Dio is all right in my book. I like his sound, but Ozzy Sabbath is way better. Fuck you. I'm allowed to have my opinion. And I'm not answering the door when I'm streaming. You can just leave it at the door, thanks. Like I hear the I hear it, dude, and I'm ignoring it because it's like it's probably some bullshit that my troll said to get a fucking jolly out of my YouTube. They're not entertained enough by my fucking YouTube videos. They gotta send stupid shit to get a reaction because they're losers. Why do people drink this? uh, uh, there we go. Can I help you? I'm trying to deliver this to your Josh, right? Yes, sir. I was not going to be told about 5 times. We just gave you a call. Well, I didn't order it, but thank you for your service. You Josh? Yes. Okay. Have a good night, man. Thank you. Yeah, you too. Man, my trolls are fucking assholes. That dude was definitely a veteran of a war, and he was just doing his job. It's not his fault that my trolls are fucking assholes. I'm like, I don't need food, dude. I got these nachos. Oh, I don't even care if they're cooled off. Fucking delicious. And I don't expect the delivery driver to understand, hey, people are just sending this to me to troll me. And it's fucking hilarious because I would never send my trolls anything on DoorDash. It's the truth. If my YouTube trolls are going live, I would block their channel, delete their comments, and ignore it. I don't go out of my way to harass my YouTube trolls in real life. They're like, Cobra, how are those nachos you made? I'm like, I'm trying them right now. These sardine nachos, or where it's at. Oh. Feel like I gotta put a sign up on my door that says if it's paid for, knock once, and then fucking leave it at the door. Like, when I see that it's some old dude who's a veteran who's just doing his thing, he doesn't understand the internet or the modern world kind of thing. I'm not gonna get mad at him.
You know, I have mad respect for my elders. You don't even know. Like, oh, look at these nachos, these sardine nachos. Mm. Like the old dude delivering my DoorDash order. He doesn't understand that it's being done by haters. Oh yeah, spicy. These are the sardine nachos that I made. And I keep telling people, dude, I don't need food at the moment because I got this big ass plate of nachos that I made. You already saw the video. You know what's up. Like, oh my God, we got someone to interrupt Cobra's stream while we watch. No, my God. No. And here's the thing of it. If my YouTube trolls went live and spent the entire stream talking shit on Cobra, I wouldn't care. I'd see the stream, I'd block their channel from my channel and be done with it. I wouldn't fucking waste my money door dashing them stupid shit because I don't care. Yeah, my trolls are miserable. Nachos. I made these nachos last night. If you saw the food hack, you know what's up. I passed out before while I was letting them cool off. They're still tasty, dude. So I'm not complaining. Grab a chunk of chips, cheese, and fish, and just go at it. Mm-hmm. These are the nachos that I made yesterday with the sardines and the spicy ingredients. And they're pretty good. What separates this from the fiery fish pizza is that the fiery fish pizza was too much for my palate. But these are delicious. Even if it's cool off to a degree. Ooh. And the dude was just like, I was trying to knock on your door. And I understand the situation. I'm like, he doesn't know that my YouTube trolls love to order stupid shit and then send it to my apartment because they're fucking losers and I rule their sad life. Otherwise, they wouldn't care. They wouldn't send stupid DoorDash orders, etc. At the end of the day, it's like that's a fucking war veteran just doing his thing, fucking delivering food. He's just doing his job, and that's why I don't get mad at the cops or the EMTs or the fucking DoorDash people because you're just doing your job. It's not your job to figure out, oh, hey, this is a troll donation. I better not send it. So, like, the reaction you get can go fuck yourself. Oh, yeah. Yummy, yummy, spicy fucking. Oh, yeah. These nachos. Mm. These sardine nachos. They're spicy, and that's where it's at. Mm. I'm gonna put these up and save them for later. Oh shit! Stuff being spilled on the floor. Let's pick that up. There we are. Throw that away. Mm. Oh, excuse me. Got the hiccups. Because those spicy fish nachos are pretty delicious. Put sardines on a spicy fucking, you know. Mm. It tastes just like the last time I made it. So I'm here for it. Made a little mess on my floor. I'm like, no, pick that up and throw the mess away. And that's how we do it. Mm. Yeah, man, them spicy nachos ain't half bad. I might have let them cool off a little too long, but I'm not complaining. It's food, and that's something that a lot of people don't have access to. There are people in third world countries who are starving and, excuse me. And that's the thing of it. There are people in third world countries who don't have access to food that would kill for a plate of these delicious nachos. So, like, it makes me appreciate what I have in my life. And I hope the best for these individuals. Naked and twacking. Yeah, you're clearly making fun of Jessica. So I'm gonna hide you from my channel. Like, I'm gonna join Cobra's channel and make fun of his girlfriend. Oh. And it's like, nope, you can get hidden from my channel. You know what I'm saying? If you're a true fan of Cobra, you'll be like, you know what? Good on you, Cobra, for getting a girlfriend. About time you got some pussy, Cobra. It's been 6 years. Like, I'm not gonna fucking sit here and put up with assholes in the comments making fun of Jessica. She deals with enough fucking YouTube trolls as it is. She deals with her own fucking YouTube trolls. She doesn't fucking need my trolls on top of it. Like, leave this poor girl the fuck alone. Y'all can't stand the fact that I have a girlfriend, and it makes you mad as hell. Pour a shot of that potato juice. 1 second. No, you can't stand that Jessica's crazy about me and that I have a girlfriend. And it makes me happy. And that's the thing of it. That's what pisses off my YouTube trolls more than anything. It's like, oh, what'd you expect when some random DoorDasher shows up with a bullshit DoorDash order? You think, oh, Cobra's gonna freak out about it. It didn't work. It didn't fucking work. And you sending more bullshit DoorDash orders at this point is just you wasting your own money to fucking troll Cobra. And it doesn't work. Oh, wow. No, I'm tired of it, dude. People are fucking sitting here harassing Jessica and harassing me for dating her. And I'm like, self reflection's a real thing. Y'all can't get laid. Y'all can't get a girlfriend. The only pussy you touched is your mom's when she gave birth to you, and you take it on Cobra. It's fucking sad, dude. I'm like, if you spend as much time harassing Cobra as you did improving your own shitty life and getting a girlfriend, you could achieve finding a Jessica of your own. But you won't do that because that requires work, and y'all are fucking lazy assholes. The fucking truth, dude. I psychologically analyze my YouTube trolls. I'm like, they're all a bunch of sickos who hate Cobra. And that's the fucking truth, dude. Mm. Truly mango chili. And a shot of potato juice. Ah, a shot of potato juice. That's what I call vodka. It's potato juice. A shot of potato juice. And I've mixed vodka with like apple juice and it tastes delicious. But Molly apparently beat me to it, so it is what it is. Not trying to give her a shout out because, you know, there were times when her and Jessica are cool and then they're not cool and then they just sit there and bitch and fucking fight back and forth between videos. And I'm like, I don't want any part of it. I'm like, that's your beef. You can settle it. That's how I feel about it. Like, that's your beef. You can settle it. I don't want any part of it. Thank you. Huh. Oh, fuck, that burns. I'm good on that vodka for a minute. God damn it, man. I never said that. If you're gonna fucking donate to talk shit, you can get hidden from my channel. I'll take your donation and run with it. I never said naked and laughing smell like anything. Like, she obviously takes care of herself, otherwise her shit wouldn't stink. Y'all are stupid. Truly mango chili. That's tasty. That is delightful, actually. Truly mango chili. That's pretty tasty. Okay, I'd recommend that hard beverage or this hard beverage, not just as a chase for vodka, but like in general, you know. Truly makes some good alcoholic beverages, so I'm not complaining. Hmm. $4.93. That's what's up. I appreciate it. Be sure to give you all a shout out when I can. $9.69 and pay in Cash App. Fucking sweet. I'll transfer all that money to my account because I definitely need it. need about $300, and I'll be set. But you don't gotta donate to that if you don't want to. Early sparkling cranberry apple cider anyone can make at home.
So you got some apple juice and you got some cranberry juice. Let's make
some cran apple cider.
So this is going to be a really, really easy cider to do. Just super, super simple. The first thing I want to do though is hydrate our yeast, and for that, I'm going to shake the heck out of the apple juice to get all the goop off the bottom, because that's like yeast nutrition and stuff. I mean, it's okay, it's not, but it sort of is. It's all the stuff that fell out, proteins and whatnot. It's every little bit helps. Okay, it's important. I don't mean to yell. It's just how I talk sometimes. And we're just going to hydrate. So I'm just going to pour a little bit of the apple juice off, about that much. A little bit more. And for yeast, we're going to be using Fleischmann's active dry yeast. Yes, it is bread yeast. Can you use a wine yeast if you want to? Sure. Can you use an ale yeast if you want to? Sure. I'm not offended.
For this, I would actually recommend using a cider yeast.
Yeah. It's only going to go to like 7 or 8%.
Yeah.
Bread yeast will work just fine. One of our cats is going nuts with the carpet next to us, so I'm sorry if you hear any of that. And I'm just going to pour it right into the apple juice. Now, we used to just hydrate into water, and what we found is that it didn't really do much. So we didn't really know, did it work? Is it good? Is it alive? So it was still kind of a guessing game. So putting it into a little bit of the juice should work a little bit better, and leave that to sit for a few minutes.
All right, so today's apple juice is Mott's natural apple juice.
Just going to start talking about that. Let's look at the ingredients here. Apple juice, water, apple juice concentrate. Okay, that works for me. No ites, no eights, no extras, no nothing we don't want. I'm just going to dump this right in using a funnel. I don't mind splashing. I don't mind the foam, because oxygen in the beginning of fermentation is a good thing.
What is the volume of our apple juice?
This is half a gallon of apple juice.
Half a gallon or 2 quarts?
Yeah.
2 quarts. Or no, sorry. I was trying to be helpful, and
She's trying to do the metric. It's 1.9 liters.
1.9, thank you.
Cranberry juice that we're using is actually Ocean Spray Original Cranberry Juice Cocktail.
Now, I think when we purchased this, we realized that was too much volume.
Yeah.
And I said, that's okay. I'll drink it.
Yeah, she will. So they call this cranberry juice cocktail, but I want to read the ingredients to you. Filtered water, cranberry juice, which is water cranberry juice concentrate. So it's from concentrate, sugar, a little ascorbic acid, and vegetable concentrate for color. So it's not like some cocktails that have a whole bunch of different kinds of juices. This is actually cranberry juice. So that's why we ended up doing it.
Now, are we just eyeballing this?
I am eyeballing it. We're using a 1 gallon fermenter, so I'm going to eyeball it, and I know that I have a little bit more here to go back in, just half a cup to go in. So I'm eyeballing this. It's going to be close to half a gallon, because this container holds 3 liters or 101.4 fluid ounces. So if I wanted to use 64 ounces of it, I'd be using a little over half, which I'm almost there. Stopping. Because if I go much further, we could be making an issue here where the foam gets up in the airlock and up through the neck and makes a mess. Okay, so we're not doing that.
Okay, so now we need to make some decisions. Is there anything else we want to put in here?
Yeast.
Other than the yeast, do we want? Well, we know that the pH.
We don't know what the pH is at all. We have not checked it.
We have the technology.
That was a lovely segue, by the way. I'm going to grab my pH meter.
You're going to need a vessel.
So she just handed me this bowl. And where was this bowl?
Intel decided to spoil me and send me the brand new and powerful Intel Core 14th Gen i9 14900K.
Skip.
Because everything that we use has been sanitized. I mean, you can see sanitizer fluid coming out of there. We put Star San in there, mixed with water, to the manufacturer suggested. And that is what you want to do, because everything needs to be sanitized or else you risk an infection. It's a very simple recipe, but
that's why I wash my meat making equipment in the dishwasher And I haven't gotten infected, so we're good.
Mess it up by not doing the simplest thing of all, which is just sanitizing. So what I want to do now is I'm going to pull a sample out of here using sanitized equipment. Just going to put some right into this bowl. Probably a little bit more than that. Cran apple is just a great flavor combination. This is the Eric Hill pH meter. It's like $50 to $60 on Amazon, but it does so many things. It automatically temperature adjusts. Now, we're checking pH for acidity because if it's too acidic, the yeast may not like it and they might not work very well. And what I'm seeing here is this is pretty acidic.
All right, question.
Yeah.
You put the cranberry juice in on top of the apple juice, but did we mix it after doing that?
I did not actually mix it. So
I know it was mixed somewhat.
Let's do that over again. There's an important lesson. Make sure you mix everything up. I'm just going to...
I got your thermosaver bong out ready for you and everything. So you can oxygenate.
Well, okay.
Have fun.
We'll put a full stopper in there and shake the bejesus out. There's actually no bejesus in here because we didn't mix any sugar in. But I'm oxygenating it a little bit and mixing it all together. So it's kind of important. So here we go. Let's try this again. The reason she said that is because the cranberry juice is probably going to be more acidic than the apple juice.
Yeah.
So if I didn't mix them, we don't have an accurate reading. And it was reading pretty low. So let's
yeah, I'm not sure that it's going to change that much, but better to be safe than sorry.
Okay, this is a little bit concerning. It's reading 3.23 pH. That's a little on the low side. I generally like to see at least 4, but even higher would be even better. So right after I rinse this guy out and put it away, I'm going to...
Do you want to mix baking soda?
Yeah, we're going to use some baking soda. Okay, there are a lot of ways to raise the pH. The simplest that a lot of people are going to have at home is baking soda. It can, if you add too much, change the flavor. So we're going to be careful, and we might not actually get it to where I want it to be, but we're going to buffer it a little bit. So I'm going to go with 2 teaspoons of baking soda. And yep, it did the experiment thing where it fizzles up because acids and baking soda mixed together, they create carbon dioxide gas and foam up. We all watched Mr. Wizard growing up, didn't we? If not, there's your science lesson. I'm going to use the wuss, also known as the whisk of unusually small size, to mix that up. I'm glad that she had me mix it in the bowl, because had I dumped that right in there, it might have...
been an issue.
Yeah. In we go. Every drop counts. All right, so I just want to give that a bit of a swirl, mix that through, and we're going to take another pH reading. Boom. Okay, this is looking a lot better. Now, the reason why we want to raise that pH is because if it's too low, the yeast could stall. They could just not ferment anymore. They could never start, or they could die, all sorts of things. So if we want this to be able to finish fermentation properly and not stress those yeast, that's why we had to buffer it just a little bit.
Also, the fermentation process tends to acidify the brew. So if you do run into a stall, that might be another time for you to take a pH reading to see if perhaps it had gotten too acidic for the yeast to continue.
Yep, and right now we're at 4.53 pH. I am happy with that number. And our sample goes back in. We got a little bit of foam on the yeast, so we know they're good. We know they're happy and alive. Just kind of getting as much of it up there as I can. And I'm going to pour it right in. Okay. Whoa.
Shit.
That's what's known as nucleation. Yeah, depress this. Suck up some foam. It'll calm down. That's fun. That hasn't happened in a long time. That is nucleation. That's what happens when, well, acid and, yeah, I mean, all sorts of things are going on in there. It's all good. Look at that. So now what'll happen is we just have to clean off the outside of the fermenter. And, you know, it's a little extra entertainment value for you guys. Before you put that airlock on there, I need to take the gravity reading. Yeah. We want to know what the gravity is so that we can calculate our ABV, know when it's finished, and know about where we started. So for that, I'm just going to get my hydrometer, get past the foam, I'm expecting it to be about 1.050 to 1.060, somewhere in that range. Okay, it's looking like 1.050. I'll just pour this sample back in.
All right. We have some stickage here, which, Brian is not a fan. So do you want to wipe that off before I put this on?
Yeah, I'm going to rinse it off under the sink. I'll be right back. All right, outside the fermenter is clean. Airlock going in. Yes, you need an airlock before somebody asks. It's important. It keeps bugs out, lets the CO2 gases escape. If you just close this off with a lid or something, it's going to blow up. And I don't mean just like, I mean like boom, explode, flying glass everywhere. Never mind the sticky mess that'll be all over whatever place you happen to have had that.
Now, because we did our mad science experiment here with the addition of the baking soda, I am going to suggest that we put this on a cookie sheet with edges.
We should do that anyway.
In case things get crazy.
Yeah, that way if it does erupt or goes all over the place, we have a lipped tray that'll catch all of it so that you don't get stuff like this all over your kitchen or wherever you happen to be storing it. But we're going to go let this ferment. Probably take a couple of weeks, and we'll be back in 2 seconds to show you how it's doing. It's been 3 weeks. We were sick. Life happens, It just goes to show that it really doesn't matter that much. We're getting ready for a check because it looked like it was done. I think it's been done for quite some time.
You want to take the label and put it down so you can write your notes?
I'm going to take the label and put it down so I can write my notes. It's got a very interesting pinkish hue.
It's like a rosé.
Yeah, and it will actually clear out. It just takes some time. It's reading 0.996. So the first thing I want to do is get out the calculator the teacher said I would never have handy. It's right there. And let's calculate our ABV. Now, I normally use 135 as a coefficient, but because this is a little bit lower ABV, supposedly, I'm going to use 131.25. If you don't know what that means, when you figure out your ABV, using a different coefficient will actually change the number. But here's the thing. A lower ABV is going to have less alcohol than a higher ABV.
That's because it's not a straight line. It's actually kind of a curvy thing.
Right. So let me finish my statement.
Right.
A lower ABV has less alcohol than a higher. But alcohol is a much lower specific gravity than water. It's actually 0.79, so it's a lot lower than water. So the more alcohol there is by volume, the lower the specific gravity will be, which means you lose accuracy as you go up.
Yep.
So really simple. So we started at 1.050. We ended at 0.996 times 131.25 gives us it's about 7.1. We're going to call it 7%. We just can't make low ABV. We just can't. I mean,
but we have plans for this particular one.
We do?
We do.
I don't remember what they are.
We are going to back sweeten it with juice.
Oh, yeah.
Bring that ABV down to where we might want it. Yay!
Okay.
But right now.
Yeah. You know what I'd like to do with this, though? I think I'm going to pour the sample back in.
So we're not racking it right now?
No, we're not going to rack it. It's not clear enough. I really want it to be more clear.
I didn't know if you wanted to rack it and then let it sit some more.
We could do that. We could do that. I wanted to cold crash it, actually. We never cold crash anything, but I wanted to give this a cold crash.
Okay. You want to cold crash it on the initial roast, or you want to rack it and then cold crash it?
I think we should rack it and then cold crash it.
All right. Let me go get it for a minute.
So yeah, executive decision time. We're going to cold crash this, but first we're going to rack it into a vessel that'll fit into our fridge because that's kind of important. I don't like to pour samples back in if I'm going to rack because it disturbs the lees and makes a mess, and then it's all cloudy, and then what's the point in racking it? As we always do, we use an auto siphon for racking. It's probably the easiest way to go. They're about $20, last a long, long time. I'm going to leave the cap on the end because there's a Lee's cake in the bottom here, and we don't want that getting in this. So easy. Put the top in. This is our source. This is our destination. Make sure the destination is lower than the source, and it's all good. We do have a full video on how to rack, so I just gave you the abbreviated version. I go about halfway down, get it started, and then we wait. Okay, it's been racked. I'm just going to put a lid on it. Notice no airlock at the moment. What I'm going to do with this one is just put some plastic wrap loosely over the top, because the airlock won't fit into our mini fridge. And this is just going to go in the fridge, get really, really cold. It's just barely above freezing. It's our beverage fridge, so it's very, very cold.
Also, this lid is grommeted and ready for an airlock. So if there are any degassing, because we haven't degassed this, it can degas naturally in the refrigerator without exploding our vessel.
Yeah, that's what the plastic wrap is for, just to keep anything from getting in there, even though it's in the fridge. I mean, what's going to get in the fridge and then inside here? Yeah. But anyway, it's just to be on the safe side.
So when we're done with cold crashing, we'll be back to show you what's next.
So this has been cold crashing for about a week. Looks like it cleared a little bit, not too much, but I'm not going to get too fussed because today we're going to bottle it. But before we bottle it, there's some things that have to happen. First, I need to get this plastic wrap off of it because we just don't need this anymore.
Secondly,
we
don't need that. No, we're putting the juice in first, remember?
Right. But before we even do that, because this has been sitting for a while now, I actually want to make sure that we have enough yeast to make an active natural carbonation. By the way, we're naturally carbonating this. What that means is in the bottle. So I'm going to use a little bit of Fleischmann's yeast here. Not much. I only need it's like a quarter teaspoon.
The reason why we're doing that is we don't know how many viable yeasts are still in here because we cracked it. And we cold crashed it and we've done lots of things. Now, Brian wanted to use that juice. I actually want to use this juice. The reason being is we don't know what the pH is of that juice. Now, we could easily test it with our pH strips if you want to go that route. But because that is just cranberry, it could be not in range for our pH.
Would you sanitize this for me, please?
I will.
I actually got new pH strips. These are actually for making kombucha, and they actually go in half steps. So I thought that was a little bit more precise.
It's a more narrow range, but it's more precise. And so for our purposes, it works great.
And I like this particular one because you can just rip off as much as you need, and it has the gauge right there. So what I'm going to do is just hold one end. I gotta open it. Can you open it?
I can open it.
I need like 6 hands. That seems to be a common thing.
Oh, I don't know how that happened. Oh, you shook it. You shook it. That's fine. There was some juice left over the cap, but when I popped it, it squirted on me.
When you use pH strips, you do not want to consume it afterwards. So, she was right. You're right.
All right, so we're going to put this in.
It's reading somewhere around like a 2.5 or so pH. So that might be a little bit too much for the yeast. Very, very interesting. So I'm just going to use the same pipette. I could do it with a baster, but it's funnier this way. But now that we're doing it, I'm going to check this too. I want to know what the acidity is on this.
That's a good idea.
Because if it's too acidic, it's not going to carbonate.
Yeah, you probably should have checked that before we started doing this. It's okay, we got more yeast.
Yeah, we do. So that was obviously too acidic. Let's test this stuff though. Could you please rinse that in the star sand?
I will sanitize this again.
You now see the craziness that is us. We're like this all the time.
Now, some of you might say, well, you guys, you already checked the pH on this. And you're right, we did. But we didn't check it after the fermentation process was complete.
I'm going to call that a definitively different result.
And that is a definitively different result.
Wow. She squeaked. It's like 4.5 to 5. It's totally fine.
It's good.
It's totally fine. And that right there is the secret to knowing if it'll work versus not work. If that was too low, too acidic, it might not even carbonate. This little bit that we're going to mix in, the 32 ounces into this, probably isn't going to alter it much. And I know that putting more of this into there will make the acidity in here
even lower.
And this is kind of like I'm just trying to mix the yeast in so that I can evenly disperse it throughout the whole batch. In case you missed anything that we're trying to do here, because it's been a little bit chaotic. We did go off the rails, even for us.
As is the way.
Here is what we're doing. I have some bread yeast in this little container with some of the must and a tiny amount of the juice. The juice isn't important. The must, the cider, that's what it is. It's a cider. The cider is important because what we want to do is just get the yeast started a little bit, dissolve them into that liquid, and just get them going. What we're going to do now is this juice is going to go into this pitcher. I'm going to pour it carefully. What we're actually doing is back sweetening with this juice, but it's not really going to sweeten it because we're expecting it to ferment and turn into bubbles.
In other words, we're using the fermentable sugars in the juice as our fermentable sugars for the carbonation process.
Exactly. So how did I come to this? There are 4 servings in this container. There are 9 grams of sugars in each serving. That means 36 grams of sugar. So 36 grams of sugars in the whole batch is about enough to carbonate. We could add a little bit of sugar if we wanted to.
But we don't want to.
Probably be petulant rather than truly hard carbonated. But it's okay because this is just another way of doing things. And I did this just because I don't think there's enough viable yeast in here to actually make a fermentation.
All right, so let's go ahead and rack into our pitcher.
And I'm going to do it without the cap because I don't really see any lees in here. So just going halfway. Source, destination, source should be higher. Auto siphon, indispensable for this purpose. You really do want an auto siphon. I know people do it all different ways, but the auto siphon just works. Okay, we racked it. I can tell you, it actually smells really nice right now, but it's going to be totally different. That's why we're not doing a tasting until after it's been bottled and carbonated. All
right, so we need our stirring paddle to make sure our juice and everything is well incorporated. We also need our bottling wand, whatever you want to call it, to add to our auto siphon so we can bottle. And we need bottles. So we'll be right back.
So just as an extra verification, one thing I want to do is just take a quick pH reading of this liquid that we have here, the mixture now, just to make sure.
We didn't mix it, right? Well, I mean, it kind of mixed.
Yeah, it kind of mixed because okay, we're green. We're super green.
Super green.
So I think we're good.
Bottles.
Okay, pardon the craziness that we got going on here now, but this is how things go. So I have here our yeast mixture that I'm going to dump in, and I'm going to not knock any bottles over and carefully mix this.
So in mixing, we want to make sure that everything is thoroughly incorporated because we want to have the same ratio of viable yeast and the fermentable sugars in each of our bottles, so that way we'll have consistent carbonation in each of our bottles.
But we shouldn't have a problem with the sugars because it was a liquid. It's the yeast. I want to make sure that we have enough viable yeast in each one just to chew up the little bit of sugars that are there. That's really all it is. We don't need to build a colony or anything like that. We just need enough to chew up some sugar.
At the same time, in stirring, we want to be very delicate with it because we don't want to add oxygen because we have alcohol present. Alcohol plus oxygen plus the acetobacter, which is everywhere, could lead to vinegar.
Now, this is only 7%, so we are in the very much possible range for vinegar.
Try Old Spice Total Body with 24/7 freshness from pits to toes.
Yeah, that just happened. Okay, so we're going to rack to bottles now, because that's all bottling really is. We have a dedicated video on bottling, a couple of them, I think. But for today, we are just going to use the auto siphon.
And a bottling wand.
Yeah.
So we got to maneuver.
Yeah, it's like a maze sometimes.
Brian puts the bottling wand onto the tube because it's kind of finicky. You want to make sure that it's on there good, but you want to make sure that it's not on there too good.
Yeah, if you can't get it back off, that's kind of a problem. But if you don't put it on hard enough and it comes off,
that's a bigger problem.
It makes a big mess.
Yeah.
I will just tell you, don't ask me how I know. And to bottle, it's the same thing as racking. You just take this bottling wand, you put it into the bottle.
I can't see.
I'm going to show it. I was going to hold it up. Can you just make sure that this stays in there?
Okay.
Okay. So, bottling wand into the bottle. See this little springy thingy on the bottom here? What kind of valve is that? I forget.
We keep just changing.
It's a springy thingy.
It's a springy thingy.
That's all I care about. What it does is when it's out like this, the liquid doesn't flow. When it's in, the liquid flows. So you put this in the bottle.
And you depress.
You depress. And then you start the auto siphon.
Are you ready?
Yeah, it's not going to work because we're not at different elevations here, but you can do that if you want to. She just wants to do the thing. So it'll flow a little bit because, that's how the siphon will work. But if I pick it up, it stops.
Ta-da!
That's the secret of the bottling wand. It's like a $3 item. Like literally, they're super cheap. Maybe they're like $6. I don't know, but they're super cheap.
Prices vary based on location.
Yes. Get one and use it. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to change the elevation of this bottle to Derica's lap. Actually, no, I do the bottling.
You do
I'm the bottler. Okay. And when it gets really close, like up to about here in the neck, I take it out. Next bottle. That's it. So We're not going to show you the whole thing because we do have a video on bottling.
And I'll make sure to link that in the description below.
Right. Okay, we bottled. And we ended up with 8 16-ounce bottles and 1 wee little 12-ounce bottle. But I know some of you are probably asking, what is the ABV of this beverage? Now, it calculated at 7% just from the fermentation, but then we diluted it, but then it's going to carbonate, which actually is fermentation. So let's figure this out from scratch. So we have a 1.050. That's our starting gravity, minus 0.996. That's 0.054 times 131.25, because this is a lower end ABV beverage, gives us 7.0875. So I'm going to call that 7%, okay, just for ease of math. Everything's going to be a little bit approximate here. We have a total of 140 ounces of the brew, but I know that 32 ounces of that was actually the cranberry juice. So the way I do this is 140 minus 32 is 108. So I have 108 ounces at 7%, so times 7, and then I add in the 32 plus 32 at 0 alcohol, so it would be 32. Divide that by 140, which is our total number of ounces, and we have 5.62%. So I'm going to call that 5.6%. But wait, there's more. We also added 36 grams of sugar into that 140 ounces. Now, this gets a little bit crazy because we have more than a gallon and we have less than a pound. So let me just show you how this works. If we use 36 grams, right, find out how much of a pound that is. So divided by 454. That gives me 0.079 pounds, right? So that means times 0.046 for a gallon of sugar, for a pound of sugar in a gallon would be 0.003 gravity. So it's like minimal. But we also diluted that a little bit. I'm not going to dilute it because it's just the numbers are getting too small. I'm just going to multiply that by 131.25 and we get 0.478. So it's almost 0.5%. Let's go with 0.4% instead of 0.478 just because of the rounding errors.
So it's roughly 6%.
So it's like 6% carbonated. And if it doesn't carbonate, it's less than 6%. But if it carbonates and goes completely dry like I expect it to, it's about 6%.
So these are going to get labeled. They're going to be put in our bomb shelter just for protection. And then our bomb shelter, for those of you who don't know, is just basically a heavy-duty plastic tub that we put these in with a lid. So that way, just in case something goes awry, aka when it explodes, they'll be contained in the tub and not spread across our house.
Now, the next question is, how long does it take? Okay.
It takes that long.
It can take weeks. And it really depends on a lot of factors. How active your yeast was, how sweet and juicy your brew is, how acidic your brew was, what temperature you keep it at.
How much alcohol is in your brew.
All these different factors play a part. For this one, I'm going to give it probably 2 to 3 weeks. And we'll be back at that point to show you its features. Okay, it's been 2 weeks. Put one in the fridge. See if it carbonated. I heard a little tiny sizzle. But I see bubbles.
Yeah, it carbonated. I may have cheated and tested one earlier.
Oh,
it was gorgeous.
Yeah, most definitely carbonated. By earlier, she means yesterday.
Yeah. If you hear some noises in the background, again, cats, they've decided right now, right this very second, is the time to completely spaz out, run around the house like banshees, and scream the song of their people.
Like that. You might not hear it, though, because noise reduction works pretty good. All right, that bottle's done. But anyway, this is 6%, and it's 0.996 final gravity. So it's this is a dry cider.
It's a beautiful color. It is not clear at all, but I don't care.
It's not murky, though. It's just haze.
It's just haze. But
Slight
the
haze.
carbonation is staying. Is head intention a thing in cider? I don't know.
No, it actually stays in beer because of more proteins and things like that.
It smells like a cran cider.
Yeah, it definitely smells cranberry and apple.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. It should be very crisp and very light and refreshing. Cranberry apple cider. I mean,
yeah.
It tastes a little more fruity, sweet than you would expect for the dryness.
Yeah, and then you get that nice crisp apple tartness in the after.
It's very juicy.
Yeah, yeah. This is lovely. This is fantastic. I would drink this chilled.
The carbonation really adds to it. Well, you got to drink it chilled. Carbonated, got to be chilled.
I know, but I mean, it's perfect this way.
Warm carbonated beverages are just weird. I do want to speak 1 minute about natural carbonation. There have been a couple of reports, people have told me about it, and I did some digging, where sugar alcohols like erythritol, xylitol, sorbitol can harm yeast for fermentation. So that could affect carbonating if you use those things to sweeten. Now, the question is, does allulose do that? Some people say it does. We've had suspicious carbonation fails with non-fermentable sugars. Now, I don't know which ones were which. I'm sure somebody probably does by watching Adam. But this one, we did not sweeten at all,
Right.
and it carbonated. Now, this was cold crashed and everything,
Oh, yeah.
and it's still carbonated. Now, we did add yeast, though, to get it to carbonate.
Yeah, the other bottle that I opened yesterday was one of our amber swing tops, and it has a slightly more stiff closure.
Yeah, that one was a little loose.
So somebody has also mentioned that perhaps our swing tops might be the
we might try bottle capping.
Culprit, and that is a possibility because the amber bottle did seem to be more effervescent in its bubble.
Yeah, but this definitely is carbonated.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I can see bubbles coming up in it, and I can definitely taste it.
Yep.
Repeatability on this one, because it's not sweetened and there's no extraneous weird stuff. This is a 9.5.
Yep.
I mean,
I agree.
If you can get the juices that we used, it's going to taste a lot like what we did. If you get a juice that's anything close to it, it's going to taste really, really good. Yeah. Oh, that's right. This is the one that we used. We actually used the cranberry juice to carbonate.
Oh, it's right. To sweeten it. We sweetened it with juice.
We didn't even add sugar at all. This was just juices.
That worked really well.
It really did. It worked fantastically well. And cranberry is typically acidic, so it could have had some trouble, but it carbonated beautifully. So yeah, again, 9.5, easy for repeatability. This is one to make and just keep on hand.
All right. So the next score is our personal preference. How do we feel with this beverage? What is my relationship with this cranberry apple cider?
All right. I need another taste. You ready?
I'm ready.
1, 2, 3,
8.
7.5. I was bordering on 8.
I went for a straight 8 because this makes me happy. I'm a happy girl. I'm not super excited. Oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. But there's nothing about this that is making me go, I don't like you. No.
I'd want it sweeter. That's the only thing that I would change. I'd want a little bit of sweetness added to it, but that would have changed the recipe and the method. So that's important. It's come up recently in our VIP lounge where people were asking about a sweet carbonated beverage. Now, that's kind of the holy grail because it's very difficult to do with natural sugars.
Yeah.
The only way I know of, and be 100% totally safe, is to add your sugar, pasteurize it, and force carb. For a natural carbonation to be sweet and carbonated is really, really hard to do because it requires pasteurizing partway through the process and still leaving some sugars in there, which means now you have a pressurized bottle that you're now heating up. We've done it, but it's a little bit risky. I am working on a new system though. We'll find out more as I get more research.
Because remember, natural carbonation is just a mini fermentation. So you need to have active yeast and you need to have sugars that they can eat on. But when it's sweet, then you want more sugars than what they're going to eat, but you have no way of stopping them. And then when it's carbonated, see the problems? Yeah. All right. So we're working on that. But cream apple cider.
Yeah, I call this very, very
This is
good.
a winner.
This is an excellent cider. If you like dry ciders, you're gonna love this. But as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.
What's up? Give me a second. Somebody phone up for 1 second. Yeah, I'm seeing on YouTube. What's up? Yeah, I get it. I'm still live on my YouTube channel. Yes, I am. Sweet. Staying out with my buddy Bob, chilling out like a rock star villain. Hope you're all doing fantastic. Can't say I'm complaining. My neighbors are definitely cooking up something delicious. I can smell it in the hallways. Smells good. I'll catch y'all later.